Hello drivers, on behalf of the King Harbor Yacht Club, Dorian Harris, and myself, welcome to the 2026 racing season. As drivers, we play an important part in making our successful racing program. Now, before I go too much further though, I want to thank again our 2025 drivers: Sandy Bartolomeo, Rich Boyle, Lee Collar, Marty Falk, Rob Farmer, Craig Funabashi, Bill Graw, Dan Gonzalez, Tony Mallory, Mark Radin, and Ski Ternosky. I also want to give a warm welcome to our new drivers: Katie Gonzalez, Ed McLaughlin, Chris Odio, and Jill Wheeler. Now, most of you have not been on Phantom since early last fall, so we all may be just a little rusty. But you know, there are a lot of procedures, a lot of things to do to make this a successful cruise. So don't forget, we have the Phantom Operating Manual. Now, along with this email, you'll see a link, and that link will take you to your very own copy of the Phantom Operating Manual. Please open it up. It's only 3.5 pages, although tightly spaced print. But please read every single line, just as a way to start refreshing yourself on what we all need to do in 2026. One other thing I would mention: all of you, when you're driving, work out between the two of you who's going to do what. And I would just say one thing: share the fun. Everyone likes to drive, so maybe one person drives out, the other drives back. Now, whoever drives out, that means second chair does things such as throwing over the orange pin and retrieving it, using Mr. Hook at the S mark. If you switch places, then first chair now is second chair on the way back, and they're the ones that put the anchor out and bring it back up. Now, some of our drivers do have balance issues, so not everyone is comfortable on the bow. But if you're not comfortable on the bow, you can at least help out in the stern with the PRO and the rest of the folks. Now, during this off season, we have been working to make Phantom ready for this season. We've put in a new fuel pump. We have installed new batteries. We have a new seat cushion for the engine hatch cover. And we have resurfaced the deck of Phantom. This is super important if you are out here on the starboard forequarter with Mr. Hook, ready to get the line attached to the ring. If it's a 2 to 3 foot rolling sea and wind is 10 to 12 knots, you want the best footing you can possibly have, and that's what we've given to you. Because safety is important. Always remember, you drivers, you are in charge of the boat. You are in charge of its safety and the safety of your crew. Now, while it's not mandatory, I think it's a good idea. Always wear your life preserver. You never know, if you're on the bow of the boat, it's always possible that a rogue wave comes, you could go over. Or if someone in the back of the boat goes over, it's really up to the two of you to render assistance and aid. So my strong recommendation is always wear your life preserver. Now, we have one last thing to cover, and that is, last season some of the racers said it was hard to see the course numbers. So we have a solution for that. At least we hope we do, and we're going to give it a try. So here's what we've done. The PRO needs to tell you what are the 3 course numbers that he or she are going to use. Now, as you're coming out, once you know those numbers, or once you are tied up on the S mark, either you or one of the back of the boat crew, or the two of you together, can do the following, and that is take one of these frames, lay it here on the table. You have a butterfly nut on each corner. Take the first course number, put your butterfly nut back on, and then do the other 3 corners. Now we're ready to carry this first frame out to the stern of Phantom. After you've put all the course numbers on their frames, bring them up and place them in the port stern corner of Phantom. All 3 go right there. Next, bring up the pole that has this elbow. There are 3 poles down there, but this is the only pole that has this elbow. And you're doing this before you leave the dock. So you bring it up and you also place it in the stern port corner. At this point, you can make a decision. Do you attach the frame now or you do it later? Either one is fine. And again, we're only showing 1 frame. You're going to have 3 of them right here in that corner. Now it's time to put up our course flag pole. So let's take it and just slide it forward on the deck. Secondly, take your course flag and turn it up like this. Now something I didn't mention earlier. You see where these 2 eyes are? The left side of the flag is where these 2 eyes are. But now it's time to attach. So we take that ring, we attach this ring, we open the fishing pole holder, up the pole goes, and then we attach our little stabilizer, and we're ready for the race to start. The sailing instructions say that after the first race starts, the course flag has to come down and the new course flag has to go up within 60 seconds. Think we can do that? If you've got your phone with you, go to your timer and let's see if we can do it. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, first the flag is detached. We of course have our other flags here. Now let's reattach to the second course flag. Back in the holder we go. We attach the stabilizer, and I'm willing to bet that is less than 60 seconds. So don't forget to ask for help from the back of the boat crew. You don't have to do this by yourself. Might be easier with 2 people, but you can see it can be done with 1. One more thing before we give a wrap up, and that is, I know that some of you are thinking, if I'm on the bow, is Mr. Hook going to work for me? So what follows is a video that I made last year. After that video, then we're ready to wrap it up and we're getting ready for the 2026 season. Hi, I'm Bosun Steve Izant. This racing season, we are not going to be using the anchor at S-Mark. Instead, we're going to be using this device. Now, many of you watching have already used this device, but consider that then a refresher course. And for those of you that have never used this device, let's get started. Now, some people call it the happy hooker. Now, there's a frown on that term. So some came up with Captain Hook, but Tinkerbell objected to that. So I'm just going to call it Mr. Hook. Now you're going to find Mr. Hook and the line in the main cabin. And what you need to do is you need to get Mr. Hook all set up on the bowsprit behind me before you leave port. So let's go to that first step. The first step is to take Mr. Hook, Slide him under the safety cable. Push him through the half circle of the Danforth anchor. Secondly, take the end of this line and put it around the cleat. Next, take the line from Mr. Hook and wrap it around the cleat. Drive on station, that is the S mark, take Mr. Hook, put him underneath the railing. Now walk back, and on the S mark you will see the silver chrome ring. Take Mr. Hook, press him in, pull him back, pull the line towards you. Now detach Mr. Hook's line from your anchor line. Throw your line overboard and tie off this end. You are now hooked up to the S mark. Okay, drivers, that's it for the 2026 orientation. We have the best drivers in the harbor. Hey, perhaps in the entire South Bay. We have a lot to be proud of. We've got great drivers. Phantom is a wonderful ship. And don't forget our wonderful manual instructions. Again, when you finish watching this, please open that up and read every single line of the manual. And don't forget, of course, you don't need to memorize it. There's not going to be a test. And we do keep a hard copy right here at the helm at all times. So, thank you for watching. I'm Steve Izan, bosun of the boats for King Harvey Yacht Club.